get things going here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway 2022. Here we go.
Rolling.
Power's got that inside line where it's a little wetter. Palou is on the outside where it seems somewhat drier. Callum Eilert in that that green, white and black car. 3-4 back on the inside.
Got Scott Dixon up the inside, 4 wide there, a little further back up on the curb there.
Oh, that's Christian Lundgaard, the red-white car off in the grass just up ahead. That stacks up everybody behind.
Alexander Rossi 3 wide with Colton Herta.
You're all clear, clear.
Palou ahead of Joseph Newgarden, tucks into second. Then we pick up Arrow McLaren SP driver, Pato O'Ward. Dixon shortcuts there, couldn't quite make it around. And look at this, side by side, wheel to wheel. Palou the champ, up the inside is Newgarden on his teammate. Makes that work. Power's gone from first to fourth in one corner.
How about Alex Palou on the outside with 2 cars to the inside, keeping it clean. Power's coming back on his teammate.
As contacts Joseph Newgarden off in the grass. Pato O'Ward's now got a run on Alex Palou heading down into turn 12. He benefited from that move. The 2 Penske's got wide. He got into second place, and now he's looking for the lead, guys.
The winner from Barber Motorsports Park 2 weeks ago has a real head of steam at the moment. Qualified well, coming off that victory. Head is clear from the early season disturbances, and he is on a mission. Harvey's making moves here. He's right alongside Romain Grosjean in that black and red Hy-Vee Honda.
And you got to remember, up to this point, every single corner they've gone through, they're doing for the first time in the wet. So you are learning as you are racing. It's such a difficult situation for a driver right now. Every brake zone, every apex, every on-throttle application, you're sort of guessing, and it's going to adapt and evolve as every single lap goes here. So all these drivers very heads up to have no major issues so far.
You can see that it's a handful on the drier sections as the tires are squirming. And Kevin, is someone in pit lane?
Colton Herta is going after it. Lap 3, Takuma Sato also is changing. It's the alternate Firestones, the red. These are soft. He's got an extra set. Colton Herta is ready to gamble and see if he can keep it on the track.
That's a brave move.
It's very brave, but not a bad call. He's got to roll the dice from where he was. But one thing that's important to remember, guys, is by starting on wet, by declaring a wet race, the tire rules go out the window. There is no need to run both the primary black sidewall tires and the alternate red sidewall tires. The reds have been the preferred all weekend as we see a car around. Looks like Graham Rahal, Marcus Ericsson backwards in turn 7.
They're on wet tires, but you can see side-to-side contact on the sidewall of Graham's left rear tire. All kinds of chaos.
Devlin DiFrancesco side by side with 6-time champion Scott Dixon. Christian Lundgaard may be back there as well.
By the way, no further action from race control for that quick shortcut on the opening lap by Dixon. I think race control saw that he had nowhere to go, the PNC Bank Honda, so no problem there. Pato O'Ward has over a 1 second lead.
Look at this, guys.
Over
Look at
Felix Rosenquist and the twitch. This is shades of Marco Andretti in Detroit several years ago.
Fighting to get temperature, anything to get heat in the tires. If he can get heat, this will work out, but he cannot throw it away, Dylan.
Will Power is in as well. They're going to the scuff reds for Power, Marty.
These leaders up front pitting. Here's the problem, though. You can come out and put these slick tires, but it does not put you in the proper fuel window to make it in 2 more stops. They wanted to go a little bit further if they could, but just giving up too much lap time. Pato O'Ward pits from the lead.
This is going to be fascinating. Colton Herta gets to the front straightaway. Will Power on slicks, trying to get temperature. Here comes Herta, and I think Colton Herta is going to have no problem taking the lead as these guys come out on cold, slick tires. Watch this.
Going to be close, going to be close. His old teammate Pato O'Ward there from Indy Lights. Here he is wheel to wheel with Power. That one's easily done. Now he can begin the chase on Pato O'Ward.
I think Colton's going to go blowing by here if O'Ward has trouble getting heat.
Well, I should say he's got that 1 lap of heat in these red sidewall tires, and that's going to be a huge advantage. Pato's going to be going through this tricky 7 to 10 section.
First-time lap on red.
It's going to say his first time lap.
sectors.
He has no idea what this car's going to be like on the slick tires through here, so Colton's going to catch him quite a bit right now.
Remember how tough it was for Colton Herta through this section. He almost threw it off the road. There's Pato O'Ward.
Oh, look out! Big drift,
Nice
big
save.
Sideways.
Nice save from Colton Herta.
That was huge.
Boy.
He was on the lock stops there, wide for Pato O'Ward, and Colton Herta is going to go through.
That was a phenomenal save. That was a crash that didn't happen by the Gainbridge Honda driver, who started 14th and is now out in front.
This was absolutely awesome. On board here into turn 7.
That was Tokyo Drift. That was unbelievable. Here it comes.
Oh my God, that was hand work, that was footwork, that was everything he could do all the way on the lock stops. There was nothing left.
Tough, look at this.
Contact.
Kirkwood, backwards.
Saw that one come in, and we see Palou now.
No.
Palou's in the grass. And he's stuck, he's beached it, guys. That's gonna be a yellow flag. Oh no, maybe he can go forward. Here we go, keep your foot in it, son, here we go.
I think there may be somebody else off as well, over to the left of this shot, unless it was the lockup from Alex. It was. That was just the smoke drifting across. Jimmy Johnson there in the light blue Carvana Honda tiptoeing through. There goes Tatiana Calderon, Christian Lundgaard, and the champ after starting on the front row.
He stalled it.
Oh, to get all that
just
way.
as he got on the asphalt.
Oh, the visor is up, guys. That's usually the sign to the officials that the car is stalled. He is broadside on the racetrack. I don't see how we don't go yellow. There it is.
Here's Kirkwood in the rocket, the all black car on the inside of Rinus VeeKay. The blue and white car is Alex Palou. Unforced error. He's just out wide, snaps around on him.
Green,
As the GMR Grand Prix of Indianapolis gets back underway.
Nice early launch from Colton Herta. He was not waiting. He wanted to get as much room between himself and Pato O'Ward behind as he could, and it looks like he's going to be pretty safe here into turn one. A little bit of side-by-side further back. Alexander Rossi under pressure from Jack Harvey.
Callum Eilert up the inside of Pagano, I believe, there in the pink and black car. Eilert has had a great weekend going, struggled a bit on that opening stint in the wet, and is now fighting back through.
So I meant McLaughlin when I said Harvey, but guys, look, Connor Daly still holding strong.
Yes.
In front of Newgarden behind Power there in fifth.
And another driver who came in on the same lap as Colton Herta. Look at the purple and white car. That is Takuma Sato, the two-time Indianapolis 500 winner in the Nurtec ODD Honda for Dale Coyne Racing with Rick Ware Racing. So that's worked well for Taku also.
Guys, this is going to play out really interesting from a strategy standpoint. Those cars that pitted lap 3, lap 4, like Colton Herta lap 2, as we see Callum Eilert maybe looking to make a move here. Defensive move from Harvey into 12. Oh, offensive move down on Rinus VeeKay. Is that going to open the door for Eilert now on the outside of 13? That's a tough move, Townsend.
VeeKay's been hard to pass, and it's shoulder-to-shoulder contact there. Eilert gets pushed off, and here comes Pagano back around the outside.
This is the Juncos Hollinger Racing entry, the green, black and white car. The young British driver who was a Formula One test and reserve driver up until the end of last year when he came to the NTT IndyCar Series, gets that position back from Simon Pagano. Grand Prix of Indianapolis sees the full course caution for the second time, and the reason being involves the one-time championship leader this year, and he is out of the car. That's Joseph Newgarden in the PPG Chevy. And this is what happened. Takuma Sato in the purple and white car. There was a little bit of hustle and bustle going on there. But what was the ultimate undoing? Contact with Alexander Rossi. The black and red car is Jack Harvey, and that was enough to cut down a tire. But maybe there's something more.
Newgarden just a bit of a ping pong ball here. Harvey trying to sneak up the inside. I don't think expected Rossi to come down like that. They were 3 wide. I think Rossi probably thought they were 2 wide.
Prior to that, Kyle Kirkwood for AJ Foyt Racing in the Rocket Chevy, challenging on Connor Daly, and goes deep, too deep. Getting ready to go racing again after the end of the second full course caution. Joseph Newgarden's PPG Chevy has been retrieved and is heading back to the paddock area. Meanwhile, Colton Herta
Green.
in this black and yellow Gainbridge Honda, he gets another flying restart. He wants to try and clear out because he had over a 3-second lead over Pato O'Ward when the caution came out.
I'll tell you, Pato O'Ward seems to have great straight line speed there. Closed a big gap as Takuma Sato goes to the inside. Big move.
Good job. Way to go. You're clear.
That was on Will Power, and that was very decisive.
Oh!
Another one in the grass, and it's Rinus VeeKay.
Him and contact. Devlin DiFrancesco, the 21 started to go around. Nowhere for him to go there.
Job there, guys.
That started a few laps ago. Callum Eilert was forced off by Rinus VeeKay when he was trying to get by the first time. So Callum kind of returning the favor there coming out of Two Townsend, and unfortunately, the half spin led to contact with Devlin DiFrancesco. Nowhere for the 29 to go.
Here it is. Eilert has a slight contact there with VeeKay. Now watch this. Boom.
Colton Herta has been getting huge jumps on Pato O'Ward, and I think for good reason, because like I said, Pato seems to have the straight line speed, so Colton knows that and is doing everything he can to gap that Arrow McLaren driver on the restart.
He nearly got the pace car on that one as he manages to hold line going into turn 1 there.
It's Honda versus Chevy at the front. Honda powers Herta, Chevrolet powers O'Ward, and Chevrolet has dominated this season as far as victories. Guys, look at the lead. O'Ward has caught Colton Herta. He is as close as he has been and is going with the Gainbridge Honda. So in the past 2 restarts, we've seen Herta be able to eke out a multi-second lead. It appears as though O'Ward is going with him a lot more effectively this stint.
And Pato O'Ward Diff has only used 2 of the 200 seconds of push to pass available. 198 left, as you see there, lower left-hand corner. Herta just 174. Still a lot. I shouldn't say just. 174 is pretty conservative use.
But I'm not doing driver saving. Let us know. I won't be able to hold him. Copy that. Do what you can do.
Colton Herta, just like his teammate Alexander Rossi, saying, I'm not saving any gas because O'Ward's going to get by. And again, if weather does come, that totally throws out the fuel savings. You want the track position. They earned it with Colton Herta by taking a chance and going to the slick tires early. Colton Herta does not want to give up this lead.
And the race leader is on pit road.
And he was the first one to stop on lap 2 and make that daring move to go to the slicks. He's got another set of Firestone alternates. The temperature feels like it's dropped 15 degrees in the last 10 minutes. The rain is coming anytime soon, but Herta wants to hope and praying that everyone else makes their pit stop or they get a free stop to switch to the rain tires.
Rosenquist coming out. Here comes Colton Herta, and then Pato O'Ward is just behind. It's going to be close here.
Inside line for Herta, wheel to wheel with Rosenquist. The Gainbridge Honda prevails.
Colton Herta just gets by. Here comes Pato O'Ward, teammate further back on hot tires, but Colton Herta just kept the lead there.
Off goes Callum Ilott in the Juncos Hollinger Chevrolet.
And luckily for Ilott, that grass is starting to dry, but not so lucky for Dalton Kellett, who has made contact. Scott Dixon limping. Is he out of fuel?
He's out of fuel, and I was just starting to wonder if somehow, unlikely it stayed dry, Dixon was going to be the best position to do it on one more stop, but they came in 1 lap too late. He's not going to make it. He's got another 75 yards, so the crew is running down, and they're going to have to push the PNC Honda back to the stall.
Diff, it is starting to rain on pit road as well. You're on board with the championship leader coming into the day, Alex Palou and Alex Rossi. They're the only ones who came down pit road to get on rain tires as it starts to rain. The rest of the field is staying out on slicks. I am shocked, Townsend, that no one else took on rain tires here.
Well, especially if you're having a bad day. Rossi's having a pretty good day, so it's a bit more of a gamble. But if you think rain is coming, and boy, colors don't lie there, that red zone is coming for the Speedway. That could be the winning move from Rossi's team, because as soon as the skies really open up, everybody's going to have to pit, and they'll all go behind Alexander Rossi.
So the issue isn't the rain, folks, because IndyCars race in the rain. It's only that earlier today we had lightning strikes close enough by, so if that comes back, this may be a race declared once it hits halfway. But Marcus Ericsson in the Husky Chocolate Honda sees that green. Kirkwood right behind. Dixon in the mix. There's Colton Herta. Here are the Arrow McLaren SP twins.
Slick tires, wet racetrack. Watch out.
Colton Herta shaking all over Kumasato on the outside of Jack Harvey and around.
Teammates contact nose to nose.
He tried to go, Pato O'Ward tried to go through on Colton Herta. It did not work out, and it's worked out even worse for his teammates. Sato goes around.
And look at the rain is coming. This is huge for Rossi. Caution is out. Alexander Rossi took a gamble, and it's about to pay off under caution.
Pato O'Ward tried to go for the big move on the inside on Colton Herta, got pinched a little bit, spins, and nose to nose with his teammate.
Hard lap. Green.
Watch this here. Teammate Scott Dixon will be looking to dive up the inside and get his lap back on that wet front straight here at the Brickyard. Here goes Dixon.
Oh, this is dicey stuff. Look at Colton Herta being very aggressive. 3 wide on the wet.
Add McLaughlin into the mix. He's sitting back watching. Dixon gets his lap back. They're almost 3 wide again with Callum Ilott on the inside of Alexander Rossi, was it?
Hard to believe everybody made it through. Now the track is quite a bit drier on the backside. Again, I just can't believe that there's appears to be sun out just a few corners later.
The track is dry, but the tires get cold when you drive through the rain on that front straight.
And poor Alex Rossi has to drive hard on those rain tires. You see him way in the back on the blue and pink car. He's going to chew up those wets.
But again, if I'm Alex, I'm okay with going a little bit slower, letting cars go past, because I think this yellow, if yellow comes, he's still sitting pretty. You don't want those tires ruined. As Romain Grosjean down the inside of Marcus Ericsson makes it stick, but almost contact between Will Power and one of the Meyer-Shank cars.
So Diff, they survived one lap. Here they come to the wet section again.
Let's see how we go. The very dicey turn 12 here. It's a real key spot on this road course here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Connor Daly back up in the mix. There's Pato O'Ward in the orange and black Arrow McLaren SP Chevy. Now one more go down the front straight.
Dry line is established down the front straightaway. It's wet offline, but all good.
And this is a tough call for Colton Herta. Going offline, as you said, Towns, it's a little wetter. It's risky to try to make a move, but that's a lap car behind him, or at least the last car on the lead lap in front of him there. Do you want to risk pulling offline to pass Scott Dixon right now when it's not for position?
I think you want to make high percentage decisions right now. If you're Colton Herta, your last pit stop, lap 32. So you're about halfway through the fuel stint right now, sitting pretty. His rain tires are fried. Those sharp edges are now completely smoked, melted, and fallen apart literally with every corner. Look at the last lap time. Colton Herta with a 12.9, Rossi with a 27.9. That is 15 seconds.
Hey, Alex,
slower.
I think we got a comfort drive.
And that's just the, you can hear the absolute dejection in Brian Barnhart's voice. They know that this gamble hasn't paid off. Marty?
Meanwhile, look at this. Look at this. So Grosjean is working on Harvey. Marty, this battle intensifies. Romain Grosjean wants to keep his record of finishing on the podium in this event intact. He's had back-to-back podiums here.
Yeah, and he's finished back-to-back second places as well. And I think the disappointment with the Rossi team is the fact that they thought it's still raining. So they thought they could make it through with the rain coming on the front stretch, but they're going to give up the ghost, come in and get those slick tires. But I think you're right, Townsend, that rain is still on its way.
If anybody knows what it's like to work his way through from the back here, it's Simon Pagenaud. Harvey and Grosjean. Around goes Grosjean, and Pagenaud gets two positions in the one move to go into a podium position.
Doesn't matter, man. Get your finger off the button, get back on the track, and focus.
Was he singing or complaining? What did he say there?
I imagine it wasn't a song. It was probably a complaint, but nothing he can do about it now.
I'll tell you what I've seen today is a lot of drivers are demonstrating to Romain Grosjean, hey, you race us hard, we're coming right back and going to show you how it's done. And I think Grosjean has fallen to the bad side of so many guys today. They're just not leaving him any room.
And at the same time, you've got Jack Harvey, who's just hyper motivated to get on the podium here, but big pressure coming from Will Power, the five-time winner here at Indianapolis. Is going to try around the outside.
It's going to give him a good position for the next, and Harvey doesn't give Power anything. And around goes Pato O'Ward.
How about this comeback from the 5-car? Pato O'Ward now up into 5th after that spin on that restart. But I see some rain coming.
Oh boy, this is far from over.
We go back and take you back to the moment with Romain Grosjean heading down the back straight to turn 7. That's Jack Harvey on the inside on the left.
Goes to the outside of Harvey. Now race control says they're going to review that, but Grosjean's the aggressor there. He's the one pushing the issue to the outside.
Yeah, but at the same time, you do see Jack kind of drift over driver's right into Grosjean's side pod before they even turned in.
That is Kyle Kirkwood, who's had a pretty animated race,
It's at least
to say the least.
time off track today.
He's 2 laps down. He held on to those rain tires even longer than Alexander Rossi did, so a lot of time lost with the 14 there.
We have gearbox damage.
Gearbox damage. That was Kyle Kirkwood on the radio saying.
I don't know if that's from contact or if that's just gearbox damage from something going wrong with the shift. Oh, he got hit by Graham Ray.
Whoever that was.
Look at the rain into turn 1. Graham, just no grip on the rain there.
Everybody's staying out, Marty. I know it's hard to believe, but I'm telling you, on the backside, it's still a dry race line.
That's a move. Oh, Jimmy Johnson is around. Caution is out, just as Callum Ilott made the move on Will Power.
And this is a big break for Colton Herta, that he doesn't have to guess when to pit now. Caution's out, pits will be closed. and it allows Colton to pit under yellow, presumably, to take the wets and not have to gamble, not have to risk it. But there will be a race on pit lane when these cars all come to their box.
Is Jimmy Johnson sitting stationary in the Carvana Honda? What happened? End of the back straight.
Yeah, just slick track.
Here they come. We're about to find out what the decision is.
And they just changed again, back to the slicks.
Oh.
So Colton Herta is going to gamble. They've still got a few seconds to make another change, but he's leading the run down to pit lane. And I think we're in the fuel window now. If it dried up and they ran hard, there'd be a lot of saving. They probably could get there. Easing into his pit stall. There's going to be a massive race off pit lane. Colton Herta made the early dive to slicks. That got him to the front, and he's going to try to take it home and hope the rain stops, Marty.
Kevin, this has been chaos. Pato O'Ward said on the radio a moment ago, it's a handful. They had rain tires laid out just like Herta. They went with slicks, so did Scott McLaughlin. There's a race off pit road, Lee.
Pato O'Ward on slicks, McLaughlin on slicks, Colton Herta on slicks. This is going to be crazy.
Look how close this is with McLaughlin as he edges out ahead of Colton Herta.
Pretty sure he beat me out there, but just take a look.
Herta asking, can you double check if he legitimately beat me out?
Really, it's all down to the timing line. The transponder will tell the truth there. There's no sense in trying to drag race. You're all on the pit speed limit. So if McLaughlin was ahead at the line, he'll be ahead on the restart.
Oh my goodness.
Going to be catching this thing big time in this section of the track.
So guys, the thing to look at is everybody went slicks. Nobody gambled. I was looking out of the window down on the pit lane. I saw 5 cars at least have wets laid out that made a last second call literally as the cars were rolling down pit lane to switch to slicks.
Here we go.
There it is.
Dixon was the first of those cars not on the lead lap who got the lap back and has gone to his pit box. He's got the wets on. Alexander Rossi, you're looking at it now. Alex Palou in the background, Marty. Here we go.
Colton Herta.
Right, with the rain tires, and it is picking up here on pit road. And I can tell you, I'm down here with Taylor Kyle right now with Pato O'Ward and his race team. They're debating it as well, and they're sitting in second spot. So I think you may see some of the leaders come down.
They
Colton
are.
Herta right there. He's coming down pit road to give up the lead or give up second place, Kevin, to put on those rain tires.
And then those that just came in a little bit earlier, where is that going to shake out? So Colton Herta coming in. But as Brian said, hey, everybody, as far as the top 15 or 20 was in the same situation. Colton coming in, going to the wet Firestones. And Will Power also releasing. Let's see who wins this race off pit road.
Colton Herta down and away, but for McLaughlin, O'Ward, Callum Ilott, they're all on Firestone Reds, and they might be totally hung out here.
Yeah.
Almost certainly going to have to come to pit lane.
I think so. Those 4, McLaughlin, O'Ward, Ilott, and Grosjean. I just don't see how you can do it. I don't see how you can restart this race on slicks at this point.
And that earlier contact with Graham Rahal has resulted in a penalty for avoidable contact. So the 15 will have to go to the back of the field where he sits right now.
And bad to worse for Rahal, Letterman, Lanigan Racing, because car 45, Jack Harvey, who's having such a strong run, is going to the back of the field for contact in pit lane. So disaster for this organization.
Word from race control, and you may have noticed on your screens at home top left, we have now gone from a lapped race to a timed race. Less than 20 minutes to go.
So absolutely no issues for fuel. This will be a crazy, fierce restart. Folks, buckle up.
Oh boy, oh boy. And that second car is Jimmy Johnson. That's not going to be a pass for position, right? Because we're right near the end of this race. Let's get going. And what's Colton Herta got in third? The third car, the black and yellow machine. What's this restart going to look like for the leader of the race? Getting squirrely and sideways already.
Barely get the power down as Pato O'Ward coming around 14. Green flag is out. That means you can pass as soon as the green flag is waving. You do not have to wait for the start-finish line, and Colton Herta is not waiting at all. Right on the gearbox of Pato O'Ward on the inside into turn 1.
No way that O'Ward's going to be able to hold off Herta there.
Inside, what, 5 behind him?
Wets versus slicks.
Man, he did a better job than I thought.
Way better job than I thought. That thing was amazing on slicks in the wet.
Incredibly impressive car control for Pato
almost
O'Ward.
lost it. Got on the paint, O'Ward did.
Behind him, everybody's being pretty well behaved as well. No issues so far. Jimmy Johnson holding up Simon Pagenaud. Now will power up the inside. And we got a car around Scott McLaughlin.
McLaughlin off. Dixon off.
Did he keep it running?
Caution is out. Copy.
Caution is out, guys. 13 minutes and counting. Colton Herta still in the lead. Pato O'Ward still holding on a second on those slicks.
This is what just went down.
Yeah, don't be stabbing the throttle.
Mid-corner
like that. Looks like a mirror.
Yeah.
That's what got out McLaughlin.
That was even a little, probably more aggressive, more egregious, but
yeah.
Such a roller coaster of a day for that driver there. As so many drivers have had a roller coaster kind of day.
Pato O'Ward's going to attempt here is one of the sketchiest things you can have in a racing career. 6 minutes left. He knows if he pits, he's going to finish, pretty much near the back. Going to try to hang on here. This is absolutely frightening as a driver. Under pressure to perform, but you really shouldn't be out there on these tires at all. As he comes to pit lane, Pato O'Ward bails out.
He agrees with you. He should not be out there at all, but Colton Herta on the wets is coming to take the green flag in a huge jump over Simon Pagenaud.
Back to green for these final 6.25 minutes here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Look at the roost. Look at the spray that Pagenaud ducks out of. You can hardly see any of the cars on the front stretch here. Then it's Will Power.
Oh,
look out.
Connor Daly
and
going
Montoya.
Really slow, almost got rear-ended by Montoya. Montoya is P5.
And after having to change the whole rear assembly of the car, Marcus Ericsson in that white and red Husky Chocolates car has gone past Montoya. The Swedish driver is on the move, so he's going to come from the back of the field into the top 5, maybe even into the top 4.
Connor Daly back up into 4th place where he qualified. This guy, again, another driver with a roller coaster of a day.
In lower left-hand corner, you saw Grosjean and O'Ward pitted. Smart decision. No way they could have made a lap. Look at this action. Callum Island up the inside of Castro Neves.
Oh, great job getting that woad up. He saw where it was going, but he was able... Oh, no,
Sato. Sato into the side of Castro Neves. They continue. Sato's going to go again.
Oh, you know what? Smart move from Castro Neves to pull out of that. That was going to end in contact and probably a spin for one of those two guys.
And Sato has been to the front and the back, to the front and the back. The Mission Foods on board, which you can hardly see anything of Felix Rosenquist. He's on the inside of Eilert, now the inside of Castro Neves. Rosenquist making some great moves.
Terrific stuff from Rosenquist. Just flat drove past and gone from Castro Neves, and again the visibility horrendous. Somebody almost lost it out of 14. Rosenquist sideways.
As you can just see, guys, by far the wettest we've seen. Look at that spray. This is going to be the ultimate test of the aero screen. Oh, Marcus Ericsson late on the brakes. My goodness, side by side again. Juan Montoya.
Sato and Montoya get together. Sato off in the grass. There goes Rosenquist back by.
Couple of old F1 guys tangling there. Eilert now on the inside of Sato.
And Connor Daly in 4th there. Every lap in turn 1 is really conservative, trying to hang on to the best result of the season.
That's Montoya. Montoya is out of the race after such a positive run.
Guys, this is going to bring out a caution and end this race. That is it.
Even though there were high emotions and some doubts,
I think this is my most fun win ever. Let's bring it home, buddy.
Bring it home. The 22-year-old Californian, Colton Herta, wins the GMR Grand Prix to the delight of the Andretti Autosport crew.
Great job from the Gamebridge guys. They really needed this result. We talked about momentum going into May. Great way to do it. A Honda getting into victory lane for the first time this season, breaking the Chevy streak. A lot to be happy for, a lot to be celebrated here for these guys.
How about the fans still here even in the rain, raining hard as it has all day long. So it was your call. We'll give you credit to come in and get those slicks. You were the first one on the slicks. Was that the winning move of the race?
It sure helped us a lot. You know, we gained a lot of positions there. Man, this is awesome. That was the hardest race I think I've ever done. Wet to dry, dry back to wet. And thank you so much for the Hoosiers for sticking around. I know you're used to this kind of weather, so thank you very much. Love you guys.
There you go, the fans at Indianapolis soaking it up. Colton Herta in victory lane for the Indy GP.
Watch the 106th running of the Indianapolis 500, Sunday, May 29th at 11 a.m. on NBC.